Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So the good folks over at Pictar sent me over their latest gadget for turning your smartphone into a handheld like DSLR experience. Now this is the device right here itself. It does kind of make your phone look like you've got a DSLR or like a handheld camera, and looks aside, it's supposed to give you that feel of holding an actual camera, and it does just that. Now you do get this little, at least they sent this over. I don't think comes with it, but they're having a sale right now where you can get both of these for $100. But this is a little stand where you can put the camera up on there and do a little like a foldable tripod. That's neither here nor there. The device itself just slides onto your phone like so. And depending on which phone you have, they'll send you you need to buy the one which you've got a big iPhone or a big phone, a big Galaxy. You need to buy the bigger one. This one is for the smaller one. I got this smaller one because I have smaller phones like the Pixel 3, which I'm using right here, and the iPhone 6s, and those smaller phones like that. It's just a sliding mechanism right here that adjusts and keeps it in place. Now, all that aside, I took some photos, I took a little bit of video using this device. You can actually put it's got like a small hot shoe up here where you can put like a little attachment on top if you need to. But if you're buying this because you want more control over your phone camera without having to hold the phone, and you need, just kind of a grip. It just adds on, like those moto mods, like that. This definitely will give you control over your camera. So if you're a camera enthusiast, you definitely could use this one. I actually switched it. GoPro. There we go. So with that right there being showing you, this first control right here, this control on the top right here, this will change through all the different modes. So you give it a twist and that changes it to the front, and then you give it another twist and that'll change it to auto, which is where I leave it at for now. And then you've got your ISO, you've got all these other different modes that you can go through. It's got macro shots, it's got movies, you've got motion detection. I found that when switching between the modes is a huge delay. Now, this is working from the app and over Bluetooth, and there's a app for editing as well. This type of controls like that, I found it more annoying, if anything, opposed to just switching with the modes already on my camera. But it does give you that DSLR feel, and that is the purpose of this device if that's what you wanted. So if you're buying this, you're not buying this because it's going to make your camera perform any better. You're just getting a different kind of control over your phone's camera by having all the controls up here at the top. So this is the shutter button right here, and this right here is the little roll button when you're going in between the settings there on the bottom if you're changing the ISO. And this is a zoom button on the front right here. All that aside, after using this, honestly, I didn't find that it made my experience any better. It just pretty much gave the phone a grip, a handle. So if you turn off this application or just disable this, you're still going to get the same quality of photos for whatever your phone can produce. This is just going to give you some sense of, this is what I'm going to hold this, I'm going to have something to hold on to instead of holding the phone itself. And honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can make a grip device for your phone. But this, obviously, you're going to tell me is more than that, Jay. You can control all your functions. You're right. It basically brings out all the functionality of your phone's camera at your fingertips right here instead of touching the screen. But with that being said, after using this for a little bit, I didn't find it any more intuitive. I've actually found it a little bit more clunky than I thought it was going to be. The menus, and I know this is a new product, but it's better than I'm honest. The menu for changing in between the modes is extremely clunky. It's a little too sensitive, and if there's a way to change that in the settings, great. I hope they reach out to me and let me know. But I've went through the settings, and there's no way to get that menu to flow along a little faster. So when I touch it, it's a delay like that. I'm trying to change the modes, and just that delay is not very good. Now if you go up here to settings, there's a bunch of different settings here where you can change the modes, the font, the flash, all these different things within the actual camera app. And if you go over here, it'll let you change the geotagging and reset and everything and turn it on and off. And then you can change your font and buttons on here as well. So you can move things around and have them change to what you want them to be. And again, this is a nice idea, but I don't foresee myself using something like this over just whipping my phone out and going into manual mode. And that's the problem that I had when I ran into this product right here. I didn't find it any more intuitive than just using my actual camera. Only difference is I have to hold it. So this is a great concept right here. I think it's really cool, but I don't know how I would feel about using this on a regular basis by clipping it onto my phone, because a lot of people don't like attachments. But speaking of clipping onto the phone, they do sell this, or I don't know if they give this to you, but you can clip it onto the attachment like so, and then you'll have the ability to stand up your device while it's sitting in there. And this thing is actually pretty strong. And I'm going to put the phone back in there and show you. This thing is actually really, really strong for what it is. It just slides in, and it holds the phone very well with no problems. You shouldn't have any problems. Well, look, it's falling over. You got to adjust the feet. There we go. Yeah. If you get it adjusted right, it'll hold the device, and boom, there it is. But overall, though, right now, I don't know that I could recommend that people run out and buy this, because I think a lot of people, for one, might not want to carry an extra device, an extra part to their phone, and this is running off of the Bluetooth, so the phone is getting really hot, more than it normally would when using just a regular camera. I noticed that it's really hot to the touch, and I'm sure it's just because I'm using this attachment and the hook to the Bluetooth and pushing the camera. That has to be what it is, because I use the camera all the time and it doesn't really get warm at all like that. But I mean, this is a great idea, and in my opinion. However, it does need some fine tuning, and again, I appreciate them sending this out for review. But there it is, the Pictar. So I will leave a link down below if you decide you want to pick one of these up. They do have tons of different options for this, but depending on the size of your phone. But you can decide whether or not you want to grab one or not. So I appreciate them sending this out. It's your man Jay Will. For all you photographers out there, you might be able to get a lot better use out of this than me, because you go into ISO, you'll crank it up, you'll crank it down, you'll do all the things that you use a DSLR for. So there it is. Turn your smartphone into a DSLR. It's your man Jay Will. I'll see you in the next one.